a new report from the Wall Street Journal says people are delaying purchasing homes by years and instead choosing to spend their money in other ways. The National Association of Realtors found existing home sales were down more than 15% year over year in September. So James Rodriguez is joining us now from Studio 57 to talk a little bit more about this. He's a senior real estate reporter with Insider. So it's not exactly shocking to me, you know, when I read the article. But let's dive into the trends. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. I figure there's probably two things. It has to do with interest rates and the price of homes.
Yeah, exactly. So normally when you see mortgage rates rise, as they have over the past year and a half, you'd expect home prices to fall because you have fewer buyers able to afford mortgages, so you have fewer buyers out in the market, fewer competition, home prices go down.
Yeah.
That's not really what we've seen over the past couple of years across the majority of the country. Really, it's been a story of home prices continuing to rise or at least remaining steady. And the reason is, not only do you have fewer buyers out in the market right now, but you also have fewer sellers. And they're looking out and they're saying, look, if I sell my home, I have to give up this cushy mortgage rate that I have right now. It might be, you know, below 3% or 4%. And so that's just not really an appealing proposition. And so, you know, you have sellers staying put. Back in May, I wrote about this and I called it the housing market's ice age because, you know, it just seems like it's kind of stuck in place right now. And home prices aren't falling the way I think that maybe some consumers hope.
So you're essentially saying that supply isn't there, and that's coupled with the demand not really being there as well.
Exactly.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you have fewer buyers, but still a lot of competition.
The desire is there, but they just can't act on that desire because there are all these things come in. It's too expensive, basically.
Right.
So, but are we then looking at a possibility of the dam breaking and all of a sudden prices coming down as people decide? Because two things will either happen. Interest rates will come down, or people eventually will say, you know what, I can always refinance and let me just get into the market now. Could we see that or no?
Well, I think eventually...
You can tell I'm trying to buy a house. I'm thinking about buying a house.
Well, you know, eventually I think you will see, you know, people kind of get used to this mortgage rate shock. You saw over the past year and a half, people are just wondering, you know, when are we going to see the peak? Should I just, you know, they're kind of trying to suss out when they should actually make their move. I think people are kind of getting used to the fact that mortgage rates are a little bit higher now. They're not going to go down to these historic lows that we saw during the pandemic. And so you might see those wheels start to turn more. And I think, you know, especially over the next year, I think a lot of eyes will be on, you know, if mortgage rates fall even a little bit, you might see transaction volume pick up just, you know, based on the pure fact that
I mean, there's always
people have to move.
There's always going to be people who need to move, and so they have to pull the trigger and just deal with the interest rates. But you know, when you have a situation like this, people always tell you that real estate's the best way to kind of make money, right? To enhance your net worth. But there are other ways to do it too. So are people putting their money, their nest egg, in something else instead?
Yeah, I think there's two facets to this. I think on the investment side, you are seeing people, you know, evaluate and just say, look, maybe it's not the best idea to just put all of my money into this one asset. It's not necessarily diversified. You're kind of at the whim of the local real estate market. Maybe it's better that I just, you know, invest in stocks or other, you know, options out there. I think that's something that people are trying to kind of work their mind around because, as you mentioned, you know, you think of home buying as the primary way of building wealth in America.
Yeah.
And then, you know, consumer spending just across the board has been remarkably strong. I think even despite all of these predictions of, you know, recessions and consumer fears, you know, consumers are still kind of blowing through their savings. They're spending on concert tickets and I love this term, revenge travel, you know, just traveling after the pandemic. And so, you know, consumers are still getting out there and spending.
What about the notion that for many, many years, Americans were sold on this, I sort of feel like propaganda that owning a house is the American dream, right? It means you actually have some skin in the game. And people are realizing now, that's not really the American dream. I can either continue renting or I can continue to just live a life where I'm not beholden to anyone. We move around a lot more than we did 20 or 30 years ago. Is it still considered the definition of success to say that you own your own home?
I think in a lot of people's minds it still is. I look at surveys even of you know, millennials and Gen Zers now. They still have really high opinion of owning a home, at least in terms of the stability that it offers, the kind of opportunity to build intergenerational wealth as well. I mean, that's a big factor. But we do see that first-time homebuyers are delaying their purchases. Last year was a record high of 36 years of age for the typical first-time homebuyer. It went down a little bit over the past year to 35 years of age, but you know, people are still having to wait longer, and maybe more people just deciding that it's not for them after all, and that they're better off for
Can I just ask, like, because we were talking about this earlier too, New York City is such a different market than the rest of the world. And I guess what we see here on the East Coast, even in Connecticut and Pennsylvania, is perhaps different than what they're seeing in Arkansas and in Michigan. Is that right? Or is it
I think New York is a bubble for sure.
For sure.
That is unlike most other places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the trends, are they the same trends that we're seeing across the country we're also seeing here on the East Coast?
I think you do see different markets. You have different, mindsets around home buying, and especially, just across the board, renting is so much more affordable than buying a house right now. You think of the typical monthly mortgage payment is 52% higher right now for a new mortgage than it is for the average monthly rent. And so, when you have to make that decision, you're looking at, especially in high dollar markets like New York right now, where it's just so expensive to buy a home. You have people kind of just, adapting to that environment and deciding, look, it's just kind of out of the realm of possibility.
But most other places, and where can you make an investment and maybe in 5 years make $100,000 on that, and not more than recoup? Like, you could double it if you make a good purchase. So that's why I think the American dream is still going to be, part of that is always going to be owning a home, because it's the simplest way to make a big chunk of money.
Yeah, and I
you
think
do it right.
people saw that during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
James Rodriguez, thank you very much, friend. Always appreciate you.
Thank you.